Rivers and Bayelsa state officials confirmed receiving the letters palliative, while others said they had not arrived. Delta state government said the rice had not been received as of Friday noon, while Edo and Cross River State. And President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Justice Stella Anukam on her re-election as judge of the African Court on Human and People's Rights for another term of 6 years. Justice Anukam was re-elected at the African Union Mid-Year Coordination Meeting Executive Council in Accra, Ghana. A president, in a statement by his spokesman, Nigerian Gallery, commended Justice Anukam for her contributions to the development of human rights jurisprudence on the continent. The Nigerian leader urged Justice Anukam to continue to bring her invaluable knowledge and insights to the African court. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja in a groundbreaking judgment has ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission to hold Nigerian state governors, their deputies and others to account over cases of electoral violence, bribery, vote buying and conspiracy during the chaotic 2023 general elections. In effect, the court ordered INEC to ensure that the appointment of independent counsel to investigate cases of electoral violence and other electoral offences against the state governors and their deputies during the 2023 general elections. Away from that, delegates from over 50 countries will converge on Lagos for the Africa Social Impact Summit on July 25, 2024. In a statement issued by the Chief Executive Officer of Sterling One Foundation, the organizers of the event, Likpeju Igbekwe, explained that the event will be held between July 25th and 26th. The event is said to be a truly global event with delegates registered from over 50 countries from across the world. This wide participation highlights the summit's role in promoting international collaboration to address the continent's critical issues. From West Africa, delegates include participants from Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, Gambia, Togo, Burkina Faso, Sierra Leone, and Guinea. The East Africa will see participation from Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Ethiopia, and Somalia. National state government has appealed to the citizens to shun the ill-conceived nationwide protest against the government of President Bola Tinubu. This is contained in the statement in Lafia by the State Commissioner for Information, Culture and Tourism, Ibrahim Agbolo. Agbolo noted that the national state government believes in democratic government, especially at effort being made by President Bola Tinubu to provide good governance to grow the nation's economy. Fears flowed uncontrollably at Agulu and Aucha local government area of Anambra State on Saturday when the funeral service for 13-year-old Emanuela Ojinwa, one of the victims of the recent school building collapse in Jos, Plateau State, was held. Emanuela's death was one of the 22 fatalities in the tragic incident, which also left 154 persons trapped and later evacuated to hospitals for treatment. Her body was laid to rest at the father's compound with women, men, and children wailing and consoling members of her family. The Niger Delta Indigenous Contractors Association has called on President Bola Tinubu to exclude the Niger Delta Development Commission from the Treasury single account to enhance the speedy execution of the project in the region. This is as the contractors threaten to take legal action against the international oil companies operating in the Niger Delta for allegedly refusing to remit the 3% contribution to the NDDC. They said this trend has continued to over 5 years, thereby slowing down the implementation of projects for the good of the Niger Delta people. A senior advocate of Nigeria and the former General Secretary of the Nigerian Bar Association, Afam Ozigwe, emerged as the president-elect in the 2024 NBA election. The 2024 NBA election was held online. The voting began at 12 a.m. on Saturday and ended at 11:59 p.m. as of the final compilations at 12:40 a.m. on Sunday. Ozigwe secured 20,435 votes, defeating his closest rival at the chairman of NBA Institute of Continuing Legal Education Governing Council, Tobenia Orejikwe, who gathered 10,998 votes, while the former NBA Lagos branch chairman, Chikuma, got 9,018 votes. The Nigeria Police Force says in the last 6 weeks, the Nigeria Police Force has arrested 307 armed robbery suspects and 296 kidnapping suspects, 301 homicide suspects, and 179 rape of the fireman suspect, and 204 suspected cultists. The Force Public Relations Officer, ASP Olumiya, said that these while parading 35 suspects arrested by the Force Intelligence Department and Intelligence Response Team in Abuja. Our correspondent, Kikelo Makare, has the details.
The Force Public Relations Officer, ACP Muyiwa Adejobi, says they recovered 284 firearms, 6,702 ammunitions of various calibers, 107 vehicles, and rescued 97 victims. Adejobi highlighted the progress made in the force effort to combat crime in Nigeria. We attributed the successes to the implementation of policies and anti-crime strategies by the Inspector General of Police, which have been paying off.
In the last 6 weeks, the Nigerian Police Force has arrested 307 armed robbery suspects, 296 kidnapping suspects, 301 homicide suspects, 176 rape/defilement suspects, 204 suspected cultists, and we've been able to recover 284 firearms, 6,702 ammunition of various calibers, and 107 vehicles, and we were able to rescue 97 victims of kidnapping.
Adejobi revealed an 11-man gang syndicate who were arrested in connection with stealing and receiving stolen items. Attesting to the crime, Mustafa Usman, the son of a retired uniform officer, says their group specializes in visiting construction sites and stealing metals and rods used in the construction. They are also involved in receiving and selling stolen electrical products and household appliances.
No, I raised it inside my room. I'm not just wearing it. I'm not wearing it.
But you call yourself soldier.
Well, that's why they call you soldier. Why did you choose the name soldier and you are not a soldier? No, the time they arrested me, they have already used to call me with this name, soldier. No, it's only me that they arrested. Yes, for sub-target, they contrast the uniform with me.
The Nigerian Police Force, under the present leadership, has been committed to executing its statutory mandate as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of.
The parade of suspects serves as a testament to the force's dedication to ensuring public safety and security in Nigeria. Items recovered include 284 firearms, 6,702 ammunitions of various calibers, 107 vehicles, 1 AK-47 with magazines, sledgehammer, carjack, among others.
Many people narrowly escaped death when a 20-feet container fell off a truck at the Mangoro area of Lagos State today. The accident, which occurred around 6 a.m., was caused by a mechanical issue with the truck while it was navigating a bridge, causing it to roll backward. Fortunately, no life was lost. However, the truck driver sustained some injuries and was taken to the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital. Before the Eagle response team arrived at the scene, the safety measures were implemented to forestall any secondary incident from being recorded during the operation. The coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pate, says the federal government will effectively deploy vaccines coming from Gavi and the Vaccine Alliance despite the spread of the cholera outbreak slowing down in the country. The minister made these known while responding to a post made by the Chief Executive Officer of the vaccine firm, Dr. Sania Nisha, on an X formerly known as Twitter. In the post, Nisha disclosed that the fresh cholera vaccines will soon arrive in Nigeria to help curb their deadly and ongoing outbreak. The Minister of Solid Mineral Development, Delaleke, says the nationwide onslaught of the federal government against the illegal mining has gathered momentum with the arrest of several suspects allegedly involved in the illegal mining of gold in Yaba East local government area in Kogi State. He says the operation carried out by the mining marshals in the Odogbo Isanolu community of the local government area involved dislodging illegal miners whose activities have prevented lawfully authorized miners with licenses covering 4 cadastral units from accessing the site for over 16 years. Kikolo Mokere has details.
The Minister of Solid Mineral Development, Dele Adake, says reports indicate that the nefarious activities have gone unhindered for over 20 years. The well-coordinated operations led by Commander Mining Marshal ACC Atta John Onoja resulted in the arrest of 7 suspects heading different groups of illegal miners in the area. Following the successful operations, site workers were given 5 days to completely vacate the site as operations to effectively secure the areas and ensure it is fully recovered for lawful mining activities to commence. It could be recalled that a similar operations was carried out recently by the mining marshal in Umonochi local government area of Abia State, leading to the arrest of 8 Chinese nationals and a Nigerian suspected to be involved in illegal mining. The trial of the suspects commenced last week at the Federal High Court, Abuja Division, and they were remanded in Kuje Prison until adjourned date. The Ministry of Solid Mineral Development, under the leadership of Dele Alake, says it is committed to fight the menace of illegal mining headlong and bring culprits to book. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Nigerians have called out the chief executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Authority, Farouk Ahmed, for saying the diesel produced by the $20 billion Dangote refinery is inferior for the ones imported into the country. It appears Ahmed incurred the wrath of Nigerians who accuse him of trying to demarket the refinery owned by Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote. Ahmed had told the Dangote refinery that the federal government will not stop the importation of petroleum products, saying Nigeria cannot depend on one refinery to feed the nation. The agency also said that diesel from the Dangote refinery contains a high sulfur content of about 1,000 parts per million. You're watching Midday News, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, on StarTimes and DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles that are shown on the screen. When Midday News returns, federal government to spend 3 trillion naira on new minimum wage, pensions, gratuities. We'll bring you these and other stories right after this break. Do stay with us.
And well-investigated stories. Look no further than Global Television. Dive deep into issues with our in-depth analysis and stay informed with our educational and interesting programs. Join us on Global Television, where quality content meets excellence. Follow us on all our social media platforms to stay connected and never miss an update. Global Television, Nigeria, our pride.
This is Global Television bringing you live broadcasts of Midday News. Many thanks for staying with us. And now to the first scene, a 6.2 magnitude earthquake struck Guatemala on the United States Geological Survey said that with the trauma also felt in the El Salvador and the Nicaragua, no casualties or damage were reported in the 3 countries. Or from that, Israeli fighter jet struck the Houthi military target near the Yemen's Odessa port, killing at least 3 people and wounding 87 A thereafter drone launched by the Iranian-backed group, its Israeli economic hub. Most of the wounded suffered severe burns in the airstrikes that targeted oil facilities and a power station. Congresswoman Sheila Jackson, the Democrat and outspoken advocate for racial justice and the minorities' rights, has died. Her family said she was 74. The lead black representative from Texas who served in the Congress for nearly 3 decades revealed last month that she had been diagnosed with the pancreatic cancer. The United International Court of Justice declared that Israel's continued presence in the occupied Palestinian territory is unlawful and that all states are under an obligation not to recognize a decades-long occupation. The court was responding to a request for an advisory opinion by the General Assembly on the legal consequences arising from the policies and practices of Israel in the occupied Palestinian territory, including the East Jerusalem. Unlike judgment in contentious cases between the state, advisory opinions are non-binding and are sought by the United Nations bodies such as the General Assembly or the Security Council. And now to business, the federal government is set to spend $3 trillion now on the new minimum wage and the payment of pensions and gratuities. The Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Atiku Bagudu, disclosed this during a meeting with the Senate Committee on Appropriation chaired by Olamikan Adola. The minister presented the general principles of the newly amended 2024 budget to the committee at the meeting. The Central Bank of Nigeria has directed all banks and other financial institutions to transfer all dormant accounts, unclaimed balances, and other financial assets to a dedicated account. The Apex Bank made this known in a circular release and signed by its acting director of the Financial Policy and Banking Regulation Department, John Onoja. According to the CBN, all dormant accounts and unclaimed balances with banks for at least 10 years will be warehoused in the dedicated account known as the Unclaimed Balances Trust Fund Pool account. Away from that, the Joint Committee of the House of Representatives investigating the arbitrary rise of the cement price in the country has asked major producers in the industry to tender document on the cost reduction to justify the price of cement in the market. The committee resolved to visit the production plants of the companies after going through their books to ascertain the cost of production with a view to determine a fair price of cement for all Nigerians. The chairman of the Joint Committee, Jonathan Gaza, made the demand at the public hearing while quizzing the Dangote Cement Company and the Philanthropic Africa's PLC in Abuja. He says the committee is interested in the cost of production from 2020 to date that justify the current price of cement, which is over 10,000 naira in most parts of the country. Nigeria's Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has imposed a $220 million fine on Meta platforms for violating data privacy laws. The FCCPC says in a statement signed by its acting executive chairman, Adamu Abdullahi, says the Meta's data sharing practices on its Facebook and WhatsApp platforms breach local consumer and data protection regulations, adding that Meta have denied Nigerians users control over their data, shared data without consent, and abuse its market dominance. Airlines were gradually coming back online after the global carriers, banks, and financial institutions were thrown into turmoil by one of the biggest IT crashes in recent years, caused by an update to an antivirus program. A passengers' crowds had swelled an airport on Friday to wait for news as dozens of flights were cancelled and operators struggled to keep services on track after an update to a program operating a Microsoft Windows crashed systems worldwide. Multiple U.S. airlines and airports across Asia said that they were now resuming operations while checking services restored in Hong Kong, South Korea, and Thailand, mostly back to normal in India, Indonesia, and Singapore's Changi Airport as of Saturday's afternoon. A bridge collapse caused by torrential rains in the northern China killed 12 people and left more than 30 missing. The large part of the northern and the central China have been battered in recent days by rains that have caused flooding and significant damage. The bridge in the northwestern Shanxi province blocked due to its sudden downpour and a flash flood. All of 12 victims in the vicinity of the Shangulos were found inside the 5 vehicles that were recovered from the river below the bridge. And now to sports. Nigeria's famous polo club, Al Amin, celebrated another milestone of dominance of Nigeria's scene for 29 years at the just concluded 2024 Mina Polo Tournament. The tournament, which was hosted by the Niger State government, pitched most of the biggest names in Nigerian polo and an impressive assemblage of teams from across the country, which was unique in many ways. 6 days after Lionel Messi's ankle swelled to nearly twice its size during the Copa America final, the Argentine legend made a surprise appearance at an Inter Miami game to accept the plaque commemorating his 45th major title win for both club and country. Among Messi's 45 triumphs in the historic achievement of bringing Inter Miami's 8th first piece award win last year, a winning the league's club. French authorities have recalled Olympics branded water bottles for children containing excessive levels of endocrine disruptor on the week ahead of the Paris Games opening. The reusable bottles made by the Villec company have levels of the bisphenol A are not in line with the regulations on product design for contact with foods. The government website, a wrap on a bunch of the white consoles flashed with base blue and red, are branded with the Olympics rings, the Paris 2024 big flame. Them should return to place of purchase, authorities said. And that's a package on Midday News coming to you live from Nigeria's capital. We're on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on social media platform using our global TV engine or the handles now showing the screen. I'm Medican Michael, and thanks for watching and stay with us. See you again.